I don't know if I'm supposed to make these videos in English or in Spanish. I don't know if I should make them sitting down or standing up. But let's talk about what we have. Maybe I'll make two YouTube channels, one in Spanish, one in English. For my first YouTube video, I want to talk about myself, what's my drive every day, what makes me want to keep grinding at it. Being a mechanic can be easy sometimes, but I wanted to talk about my journey. My name is Marco Gutierrez de Velasco. I'm a 5-year mechanic at Mercedes Benz, and I guess I wanted to use YouTube as a means for me to maybe talk more about what's passionate for me about cars, about being a mechanic, talk about my goals, talk about tricks, different things that I've learned throughout the years. I know this is my passion because I don't think I would have chose anything else to do. Even if I had options, I was always going to end up taking stuff apart. That's just how I was always comfortable with doing ever since I was a kid. So these are just like bigger size Legos for me. That's how I started. But I guess I wanted to start with talk about the stuff that I've already done, at least for myself, like projects. So this is a 2006 C230. It's an NAV6. The only thing special about this car is that it's a stick shift. That's the whole reason why I bought it. Found it on Facebook, bought it for like $1,000. Engine wasn't working, it was all taken apart, so I had to rebuild it. Rebuild the whole engine. I replaced all the accessories. I replaced all of the suspension. I've done a lot of work to it. We'll take a closer look here in a minute. Now, back here I have a shifter cart. It's got a Honda 80 engine on it. It's a lot of fun. It drips, moves around pretty well. I only taken it to the track one time. You know, being a mechanic, you barely have time for stuff. I wish I could take it out more. You know, now with YouTube, it could be a good reason to take it out on track and take some videos. I've thought of selling it. Honestly, I don't want to. Again, I'm just passionate about this stuff. It's super fun, the 2-stroke engine, the way it sounds, power band on it, amazing. Now over here, I have this 2004 C32 AMG. It's a supercharged V6, 350 horsepower. I love and hate this car at the same time, and so did the person before me. He's my friend. He works here with me. He sold it to me. The guy that had it before is another friend, funny enough. He was the first owner. I work on his cars. I haven't done a lot of heavy work on this car, just basic maintenance stuff. Painted the bumpers because they were fading. Powder coated the wheels because they were faded as well. But we'll take a closer look right now. Now let's start the C32. Particularly like how this one sounds. This car is a lot of fun to drive. Yeah, the whine, when you step on it, it's pretty good. Like, it sounds pretty good. This one, again, I haven't done a lot of work to it. Just basic maintenance, which is good for an AMG. I mean, I don't know if you can call doing the lifters basic maintenance. Let's just take a closer look at the engine. This is what the 32 looks like under the hood. You know, you got your supercharger. This thing sounds great when you're on it. All I've done so far, and you know, my friend did, he replaced like the little T that is here and put a cone filter on it. And all I did was like just put some intake tubes, spare ones that I had, so it can have fresh air going straight to that filter. Now all I done, like I said, is the lifters, valve cover gaskets. Not that much to it. Let's take a look inside of it. Now this is the inside. Daily this thing. I like the blue interior. A little bit of blue on the headliner. The exhaust, that particular thing sounds way better than the white one. When you step on it, you can really hear it. This is the shifter cart. When I bought it, it wasn't running. And didn't have any fluids. Engine was taken apart. Seems like I have a tendency for doing that. Like this stupid car over here. Fenders, front bumper, came with the carbon fiber. I want to try to clean it up in the future. Ended up powder coating the chassis. I think they did a pretty good job. I had a Focus, Ford Focus that was discolored, so that's why I chose it. I'm gonna take it more on the track. Like to make more videos with it. I have a cool helmet that I bought. I only use it when I'm in Mexico to ride my motorcycle over there. Now let's take a look at this C230. Let's take a look at the interior before I start it. This one's pretty clean. You know, it's not tinted, so you can actually see inside. I have my little mask. I had that one since the first shop that I ever worked at. That little mask. Like I said, it's a stick shift. 6 speed. You ain't shifting like me! 3 pedal. Yeah, the wheels are powder coated. You can see it rubs here. There's barely any space for me to get my hand in there. This one you can get up to 2 fingers. All right, but let's start it up. This one, I pulled the engine out, rebuilt it, did the timing chain, did an adjuster, did all the gaskets, did a balance shaft. That was the whole reason why they took it apart from the beginning. And then put it together, slap it back on the car. Had tons of issues the whole way. My thermostat started leaking. I tried using a tap and dice it. Tap and dice it got stuck. Tried to clean the treads. The tread cleaner got stuck in there. It was a whole mess. The headlights, they're modified to xenon. So whoever had them before did it. This one would not work at all. I tried to put in a new xenon control unit and still wouldn't work. So then I ended up getting 2 new control units and then it finally worked. Sometimes one on the side doesn't work. I don't know why. I mean, most of the time it does. It does stress me sometimes because the suspension makes all kind of noises. The whole reason why I put coilovers on it was because the right front strut was collapsed. After I did the coilovers, which took me a whole Saturday because I had to learn how to set them, it just lasted 1 day without making any noises. Like the same noise that it was making while I replaced the suspension still makes after 1 day. So whenever I have time, I probably record how I figured that out. Like I said, the headlights were a pain in the ass to figure it out. But I like how it looks. You know, when I get the suspension dial in, because right now it keeps like coming loose, so it makes all kind of weird noises, it'll be a lot better. That first day that I drove it, when everything was like nice and tight, it drove like a bullet. Way better than that one. That one's fast on a straight line. These ones can take some corners. You know, they're not too fast, but they're fun to drive. And they're projects, you know, challenges. I like to challenge myself. So I'm always working on these cars, fixing them up, trying new stuff, and learning along the way. Now that was a walk around for both of these guys. Now I want to take a look of both of them in the air. We'll start with this one so we can take a look at the suspension, and then we'll look at that one after. Like show everything that's wrong with them, because I'll be addressing all of that as I make videos. These two are gonna give me a lot of content to post because they make me insane when I have to work on them. But let's go ahead and take a look in the air now. Now with this one, I don't have a little issues. It is leaking from the header and from the center. Why is it leaking? I welded the cat because it was cracked and leaking. But when I put it back together, I actually dropped it on the ground and bent it a little bit when it meets the header. So it's not fully sealing. And now for the center, I guess the little gaskets that it has, they're just worn out. So I'm gonna have to replace those at some point. Now looking underneath the C32, this is the weld that had to be fixed because the cat cracked and it had a pretty big exhaust leak from there. But then the header up there has been, you know, a real big problem. The other leaks coming from over here. I tried adjusting it as best I could, but it's just no luck. You know, still leaking. There's not really any issues down here besides my tires being like super bald from doing burnouts sometimes. This is the exhaust. It sounds neat. Now I did recently do the control arm and thrust arm because the ball joint was bad, so in the highway was just shaking around. It was terrible. Found out that this strut's leaking. Excellent. You know, I fixed one thing and another one leaks. I did all of these panels that were all missing. This bumper was repainted. You know, right now it's dirty. Here are the arms that I just replaced on the 32. These struts, I just did them on this GL43, and this is the intake from the C230. It's all messed up in there. But yeah, not really that many issues with this guy. Go ahead and take a look at the white one. Something I do want to mention was that whenever I installed the coilovers, the gap from the fender to the tires got like super small. So whenever you lift the car, it barely moves. Me and all my friends were laughing at that. You know, the suspension got super stiff. So right now I'm removing the front tires. I'm gonna remove the rears. But I have spacers in the rear that are 12 millimeters and 10 millimeters in the front. And they are H&R. See it there. Made in Germany for the German car. Now let's look at these cheap ass Amazon coilovers. Now looking at our Amazon coilovers, they're not looking great, aren't they? They're not looking great. You can move them like this. You know, I try to tighten this, but it just loosens itself. This one comes off too. The shock starts making noise. Definitely not good quality. You know, the car looks cool, I guess. So I want to figure out a way to make them stop making noise. You know, I don't care how they look. I don't know if they rust the fuck out, but I want it to ride better. And yeah, you can see that it's rubbing against the tire right here. As that thing like unscrews itself, it just rubs. Shitty. Now for the rear, that's how they look. The Bosch setup, kind of like your parents. And you can see here where it rubs. This is where it rubs. Not all the time, but there's evidence. Something's happening. Now what I want to do is try to adjust the compression on the spring so I can raise the rear a little bit and it stops rubbing as much. Ahora, es donde yo trabajo. Pero pues en sí esta es mi oficina, que es donde paso la mayoría del tiempo, porque siempre estoy aquí metido en el taller y pues tengo mi setup de 2 computadoras para aprovechar, ¿no? De un lado la música o instrucciones y del otro escribo historias o checo los tiempos. Pero sí, esta es mi oficina, básicamente. Well, that's pretty much it for the video. If you liked it, please follow and subscribe. Leave me a comment, any questions that you have. Like I said, I've been here for 5 years. I've learned a lot about these cars. I want to share with the internet everything that I know and every challenge that I come up against. I will be learning how to make carbon fiber, and I'm gonna try to get better at recording, so I'll be posting a lot of content from now on. You know, it's the only thing that I want to challenge or tackle this year. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Last year, as much as I try, I need to have everything aligned till this moment, so I finally did it. But yeah, I'll show my whole process of dealing with this idiot right here and that one over there. But yeah, happy. So that's it for me. Thank you.